The categorical funding for gifted and talented, can you remind me where we get that?
There's no funding.
Okay, so we're just finding ways to fund this.
We're just,
Well, it's not really a dedicated program. It doesn't really have like a dedicated cost, does it? It's just, I mean, there's supplemental materials and things.
professional, so if you think about in every grade level, there's a, in the elementary, there's a teacher that receives additional training, if you will, but it's a, it's what we say, we're careful to say it's not a program, but a model. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Good questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. All right, that takes us to discussion and information. So we have our monthly financial statements reporting out through the month of September, which means we're 25% of the way through the fiscal year and just about 12% of the way through the school year. Trending as we should. Just a reminder that September we do not receive a state aid payment. It's a standard course. They'll start in October and run through August. So revenue is trending the way we would expect, and then on expenditure side, just one note, and we saw this also in August, and that was the year over year. Last year we had that future educator grant, so we were spending some of those funds and making those payments, whereas this year we no longer have that. And that takes us to our bottom construction update. We have our design and construction partners here with us today, and Yvonne Van Wormer from Howard Pinkster is going to present our changes at Meadowbrook.
Good morning. So if you heard IIIa last month, it's very similar. So again, our ideas are to add some safety with fire suppression throughout buildings that don't have it. This one already has most of that, so we don't have that, as precedent is here. But again, trying to improve learning environments and create equity throughout the entire educational system for that elementary level. We're doing some mechanical updates and of course our big move to make learning visible. So again, all classrooms will be touched with ceilings, lighting, finishes, including all of the main corridors. Pretty much something gets touched everywhere in this particular building. The blue areas on the plan, this is a little bit unique because we're two-story and we're kind of buried into a hillside over there. So we have taken the opportunity to move some programs around a little bit in this particular building just because we're able to get art where there's a little more daylight. We're able to expand off of what is an oversized gymnasium right now to move some music programs and also get some conferencing space. So it is a little bit different than some of the other buildings. Likewise, on the second floor, we're gonna move art up to the second floor. We're also gonna try to improve some of the CI programs for the lower L and the upper L. Currently what they have is not bad, but we're gonna try to get them actual accessible toilet rooms with changing tables within them because they're kind of in a makeshift situation right now. So just kind of a quick blue area of what we're improving. So one big area is off of that gymnasium. So we're gonna take over some space that is now going to be a music room, and then also kind of revamping how the gymnasium office, some storage for the gym, and get a conference room in that's a little bit more sizable for IEPs and such, that again, they just don't have in the building right now. It also gives back a little bit of school storage for the building, which is a nice to have in there. And then we're kind of updating, again, visually and trying to solve for some acoustics in the main lobby as well as some of the cafeteria space. So again, some of this is aesthetic, but it's also functional again, it's a little loud in this space. So we're trying to solve that by also taking out some hard tile flooring that's in there and give some good durable finishes. Again, kind of just a visual update throughout that main corridor space. Giving it some warmth again. We kind of consistently trying to make a more welcoming environment. And in this case, working with the principal, they still like the idea of bringing nature, but a little bit of branding. So a little lean into a little northern blue without being over the top. Then the office area, we're just doing some minor changes. Again, getting them another conference room in there as they have some unique spaces that are maybe underutilized right now. So again, similar with the aesthetic and change. And then their break room, again, just because of the way it connects to everything else, we're going to kind of revamp a little bit just to make it a little bit better for equipment and storage. They have a little bit on the oversized version of things right now, so we're gonna kind of downsize, get a instructional coach office off the main corridor, and also increase a toilet room so that we have an ADA accessible toilet room on the student corridor side, which is that top toilet room area. So now they open just into the staff break area. And then cafeteria and kind of main entry, we heard there's a lot of congestion coming into that cafeteria, so we're gonna just change how that entry system works. And again, we've been pretty consistently getting an aftercare office in every, off of every cafeteria space, so we're getting that back, which isn't really existing right now. And then again, solving for some acoustics, because again, we have a kind of loud space in there, but generally speaking, no other walls are moving other than to create that office and kind of a pocket of space. And then gymnasium, this is kind of just the revamp of it as we reduce the scale of it, but it still keeps cross courts, main courts, everything that you would want at an elementary level, and then some still. So again, just showing that it kind of keeps that intention there. And then this is where music goes. So again, just getting a good music room, and it's already adjacent to another space that might be considered loud. So again, trying to take over some of those adjacencies that are important. And then CI rooms, again, we're trying to get them, we will be giving them a toilet room that has a changing table space. And again, just giving them a little more room to move, because we have a lot of students who may need more space for maneuverability. And we have the opportunity to do that in this building. So this is the lower CI room. And then kindergarten, we're right-sizing 2 additional kindergarten rooms because we had 2 that were more equitable considering across the district, and then 2 that were much smaller. So we're right-sizing those other 2 kindergarten rooms. And then last but not least, we're kind of taking over what used to be the music room and making it a new STEAM space. So again, just giving that program into the building that maybe didn't have a specific well-sized space. There was an opportunity for a smaller room, but this gives them both storage in addition to a right-sized building, right-sized room for them. And then that upstairs art room, again, it gets it right-sized as well. It was very, very small in this building, and also not really where it could get good daylight, so we've been able to solve both those things and get them some storage back. So this one, like I said, it includes a little more maneuvering of programs to get things to work better within the building, which I think is great. And the upper CI room, again, similar to the lower, but again, as we say, we try to do what fits for the building, so we have done fairly minor adjustments overall. And then the media center, again, just some minor updates aesthetically, but also getting a true technology room, because right now it's kind of a alcove closet, so to speak, on the back end of something. So we're able to create a complete room as well as get a small group room in this space. And then just kind of what the corridors will look and feel like. Again, just trying to give them a little bit of interest throughout without, again, we're not moving major walls or anything, but we're replacing lockers as well in this building. So yeah, that's kind of a quick overview. Any questions?
Sounds like you're solving a lot of problems.
Should be a good one.
Music next to gym, I'm sure we've assumed that on basketball day with 1,000 balls banging on everything, that's not gonna be a problem into there. Just
No,
little
and we do
acoustic
have,
stuff.
it's a very large open space to kind of the deck, and so we are, taking the walls all the way up, insulating them. They'll also have acoustics within that room, and also helps that, how do I go back to that plan? We're creating like a vestibule off of the,
Gym is
Yep,
underneath,
so
right?
this gym is down here, so we're creating kind of another space, so this will be double doors here too.
Oh, that's
to
like a
help with that.
walkway, like in between
Yeah,
them?
so sorry,
Oh, okay.
got some
So there's some
visuals, a
space.
little goofy here, but this will be kind of like a corridor walkway space, because these are existing doors now. We're gonna create another barrier to try to help with some of that sound mitigation too. Likewise, I'm kind of trying to keep the door not perfectly adjacent to the gymnasium as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just thinking like even just the main
Yep.
separating wall. I mean, you're outside of the gym, you can,
Yeah.
you can tell there's stuff going on inside the gym type thing.
Yep.
Figured it would be a And what, the art room is now in what used to be just a classroom upstairs?
Yeah, so
It's
the
so
art
small.
room was in,
Well, yeah, I know where the art room is now, or like, I'm sorry, with the new location,
yeah,
is
so
that
that
a
is the
classroom
second
upstairs?
floor, right off the stairwell. It used to be, a culture room and or a science room.
Okay,
It's, right now it has kind of a additional separated space, so it's actually this size.
Mhm.
We're taking out this room here to give that space back to that space room. Likewise, there's some, a separate room kind of through here and a greenhouse. So we're taking over the greenhouse space to make, I'm sorry, we're closing off the greenhouse space, but we're able to do a kiln and a storage off of that. So we're again, right sizing by way of moving some items out of that space into other rooms.
nice, yeah, sounds like it's solving a lot of space problems and reshaping it in a big way, that's great.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Want me to go to the end?